Hi everybody, it's Michaela at Hooked in a Flash. Hope everyone is doing well. I am going to show you guys what I've completed and then what I am working on for the month. Let's see how we go. First off, as you guys can see, I know I did a short with it, but I thought I'd bring it on today as well. I finished my Frisky Leaves Tee. I absolutely love this. I like the where it sits. Sorry, it's the way I'm sitting. It's kind of awkward to show you where it is, but I like where it sits. I like the, it's not skin tight, but it's closer fitting. The only thing about this particular pattern, and I've noticed it in what other people were making as well, is right here on this first row, kind of bubbles. I don't know if you can see that. And it does not block out. I think the reason why it bubbles is because we made it with a little bit of ease, and the person that's wearing it has it at 0 ease. So I think if it was like this, see what I mean? It looks better. So I have it with a little bit of ease. I think I have 2 inches of ease on here, so that bubbles a bit. It's not enough that it bothers me at all, but it is something to be aware of if you guys are going to wanting to do it as well. You either want 0 ease on it, or you want to be aware that it's going to bubble on these first leaves. So that's it. I love the color. I love that it's, fall. I've been wearing it a lot. Yes, great. Pattern was easy to read. No issues. My next thing that I finished, that I know I showed you guys, is my sweater, my granny square sweater. This one was, both of these I started before I started going to the gym. And I've lost quite a bit of weight and inches since I went to the gym. So this one was way too big. They're about 8 inches bigger. I've lost about 8 inches, which is great. Love it. Thank you. This one I took all the way out and started it again. It's great. I've got like 2 inches of ease, I think, on here. This one I did not. I just kept going with it because I had already sewn so many squares on, and I was like, it's an oversized sweater. It'll be fine. So I do have about, see, here's this side, and I've got a lot. See, I probably could have taken out 2 squares. So it is big on me, but the yarn drapes really, really well. So it's not bad. Being this big. I really like it with just a tank top underneath and then leggings. It goes down, cover my rear end, and it's just a very nice, cozy, oversized sweater. So I like it. I did go ahead and do granny square or granny stitch on the sleeves. I was doing a double crochet on there, and it just felt too dense. Especially with all of this being nice and open, it was too much. And then I, of course, knit the cuffs on everything. The neck, the bottom is all knit. I just like the ribbing on knitting more than crochet, and it's just quicker as well than doing a, crochet. You guys know, I'm assuming, since you're watching Craft Channel. If you don't, believe me, it is. So I did go with this, but this fits well. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't ever need to change it. It's fine. It hits exactly at my wrist. I might pull the cast off and do maybe double on here just to make it a thicker band, just because this is so billowy and then it pulls in. I feel like this part slides up and down on my wrist a lot while I'm moving, and I might want something a little bit more substantial to kind of hold it there, if that makes sense. So I may or I may not, I don't know. I have enough definitely to do it, and I also have enough of this to make a matching hat. I'm thinking of making a matching hat. Why do I need a matching hat? I don't, but I want to do it. So it's on the list. So I may make this longer. Actually, the more I talk about it, the more I feel like it should be longer. It just slides because it doesn't have enough grip weight here. So when I'm walking or stretching or anything, it kind of slides back and forth like this, which is not a big problem, but it's enough that I was noticing it and I don't particularly like it. But I do love the sweater overall. There's no pattern for this. It's just granny squares put on the diagonal, and then I have some granny square triangles that I made to shape this up. I did do one more square in the front than in the back to give room for my boobs, which I didn't need because it's oversized at this point, but I did need at the time when I started it. So yeah, but I love it anyways. It's really nice and cozy. It's a really good fall sweater, so I'm happy with that. Fold this bad boy up. The next thing that I have, I'm gonna set that guy over there. The next thing I have is not something that is mine. I sometimes do repairs for people. If you need repair work done, you can always message me and see if we can get it done for you. I was contacted by a friend of my husband's that needed some repair work on an old blanket turned. It goes on the back of his computer chair now, and it was kind of falling apart. So this was made by a loved one a long time ago, and all of the squares, I would say a good 50% of the squares, were starting to disintegrate and fall apart. There was huge holes everywhere. Where they had stitched it up the side to make it slide over the computer chair was all falling apart. So it was just kind of a mess. And I do have before pictures. I'm trying to find one that I fixed that has a different enough color that you guys can see. I do have pictures. I am going to post it on Instagram before and after. I'm going to do that after this video so you guys can see that. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out. I could tell for sure that this was a Red Heart Super Saver, just the way that it was going. So for the most part, I was actually able to match the colors fairly well. I was really surprised about that. But there are a couple that do not match, and he was okay with them not matching, just because it was kind of impossible for me to match the old with the new. But, you know, the one thing that you can see, I mean, this is pretty good when I can't even find my fix, right? It's around here. I know it is. I know that there is one that is, okay, this one right here. It's pretty good when Red Heart Super Saver, I mean, you can say what you want. It's hard and scratchy, but this stuff lasts. It's pretty dang color fast. This one here, as you can tell, I did the repair work for the red. These two are completely new, which you can barely tell. The only difference that you can really tell is these ones are felted and these are not. And then my green does not match this green here. I could not find any green that was a lighter green like this. So we went with this brighter green. So you can tell that one really well. But for the most part, you can't really tell that I've done any work to it, which is the goal always. The black, I've done some stitch work for the black. These right here, 1, 2, 3, were all stitched back in. And you can't really tell that from the original, which is great. I'm really glad I took pictures. The client is very happy, and this should be shipped out today or tomorrow for me, depending on if I can get to the post office or not for him. So that's that. Just wanted to show you guys. If you guys did want any repair work done, you are more than welcome to message me. Instagram's probably my easiest, but you can message me also on Facebook. Yeah, and I'll put those links down below as well. Okay, my next thing that I have, that's it for completed. That's all I've done for completed work. It's been kind of slow for me project-wise, just because I started back up working at the hat shop, which I work at, which is lovely. I absolutely love working there. But my time management gets messed up really easily, even though I have plenty of time. I only work there 2 days a week, but it messes up my time management so much that I just haven't been able to really catch up yet with the things that I want to do. So I'm getting back into the groove. It's working. I'll get there. It's fine. But that's why I don't have very much going on right now. Okay, so what I am making now is I'm gonna drop this. Okay, the Moby sweater by Petite Knits. It's a very interesting construction. I've never worked this construction before, and I love doing new things, so this is great. This is going to be for my husband, and I'm making the medium, which should give him 4 inches of positive ease, I do believe, after it's all blocked. Okay, so this is interesting. I don't know if you guys, if you've made it, make some comments down below. I would love to discuss it. Maybe I'm just not getting it, but I chose the Petite Knits pattern. I've never worked any patterns with her before, or from her before, and I chose it specifically because it's a very popular pattern, and I've never read anything really bad about the pattern or it being complicated or anything like that. And then I get into this pattern, and maybe it's just this pattern in particular, I don't know, but the first little bit, like page 4, if you guys have done that, page 4 is the most wordy, complicated thing. It does not need to be that complicated to read. It also tells you things that you do later in the pattern that you don't need to worry about at that moment, and it messes you up. It's very complicated, too wordy. And I was reading on Ravelry page that there was other people that agree that it is just very wordy. So if you are making this sweater, so far as I've gotten, the charts are amazing. They're great. Don't worry about it. So do the setup stuff like it says in the pattern, and then just head on over to the charts. You'll get it. It'll be perfect. So it's very interesting construction. It's going to be a drop shoulder, and you start at the neck here and you go down this way. You're increasing down this way, all the way down, and then you come and pick up for the shoulders. I'm doing the right shoulder right now. I finished the left shoulder. You pick up and knit over, and then you will continue knitting. And I've started to do an increase on this one. Is done for now. This one I just started the increases, so this will have like 6 more rows or something like that. And then you connect it, so that's your neck hole, and then you'll do the front chest area, and then you'll connect for the under the arms, and then you'll do it all in the round for the rest of the pattern, and then you'll have your sleeves, obviously, and then you come back at the end for the neck ribbing. I really love trying out new ways of designing a shirt or constructing stuff like that, so I'm very excited to see it and try it on after I get to the where you bind out, or where you connect for the sleeves, I should say, for my husband. I know that right at the moment it might be slightly tight on him, because it's not blocked out. But once I block it, those cables will stretch out. It'll be like this. You know what I mean? You stretch it out. And that, but it won't do this because that's not how cables work. And it'll give him the amount of ease that he should be wanting on that. So I'm not too worried about that part. After I started reading the charts, it's been flying. Really easy pattern to go by. The front part is just mock cables, and then you have an 8 stitch cable going down both sides, and then moss stitch on the side. So it's very simple. It looks really good though. I am using the Berroco Vintage DK yarn in Cracked Pepper. Love, love, love that yarn. I really, really want to make a sweater for myself out of that yarn because I'm really enjoying it so far. So we'll see. After I get done, I'm pretty sure that I have enough yarn left over for another sweater. We'll see. So that is actually the only thing I'm working on right now actively with anything. I do have a knit hat that I've kind of been tinkering on and off with. That's only, I take it like when my daughter has a soccer game, I'll take it sometimes, not even all the time. And half the time I don't even work on it because I'm watching her play. So that one's not really been, I don't even think it got any work this last week at all. So that one's not really doing anything. I think it has about 2 inches left before I start the decreases on it. So I could be done today with it if I really wanted to, but I think I'm going to stick with my knitting on this sweater just because I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, that is it for the stuff that I've been doing. I do have kind of a thing. I have a thing. I don't know if you guys seen this. I know it's in my earlier videos. I made this beautiful lacework dress. It is mid shin for me length without a bustle or anything underneath it. It took me a month to make this, and it's really sad for me to do, but it's way too big for me now. I've lost a lot of weight, and it is, again, probably about 8 inches too big for me. So I've made the decision that instead of holding on to this and never wearing it because it's too big, it doesn't look good on me, I am going to go ahead and see if I can possibly sell it. I've only wore it like 4 times, so I feel like it would be okay. It's hard for me because it was a month worth of work, and I'm a pretty fast knitter, and it was still a month worth of work. I really loved it so much. I love wearing it. It's wool, 100% wool. It's so soft and squishy, and it kind of breaks my heart that it doesn't fit. But because of the lacework, and I did briefly think of trying to come in and, sew up the sides, even just to give less, But then I'd have all the top that I'd have to do, and it would just look awkward with the lacework. So I think I just need to try and sell it, and then I can make another one. I checked in here, I thought I did, but I don't have any more of this color. So I'd either need to buy this color or choose another one. I do have a gray lace weight wool that I could use. It's a light gray. I do have a dark blue. It is a very dark blue though. I'm not sure about that one because it being so dark, I'm worried about it not being able to see all this beautiful lace work, which, if you put in that much effort, I want people to see it. So I may or may not do that one. And then I have a medium gray that is a wool cotton blend. That one, I feel like might be too drapey for this because it's really smooth yarn. Not that this isn't drapey, but I just don't feel like it's going to be the best yarn for it. So that one's probably going to be out. So it would be like the dark blue or the light gray, or I could, you know, get more yarn because as you can see, I need more yarn, right? This is like not even, this is just my sock yarn wall. I have more, trust me. So I will be selling that, unfortunately. So if you guys are interested, it's probably I would say an extra large. You could probably get away with a 2XL if you're not super big busted on there, but I can always check. I can always, you know, check the measurements for you because it does, I mean, it does stretch. So if you're wanting it tight up top, you know, then in your 2XL, I think that would probably work for you, but I can always measure it. So if you guys are interested, it is going to be up. I will probably post it to Instagram, and then I'm going to post it locally as well. I'll ship it wherever, but it's up to you guys to pay shipping. And I know outside of the US can get pretty spendy, but if that's what you want, that's what you want. So I was thinking about $100 for it just to get back some of the yarn cost on there because there's a ton of yarn, like a ton of yarn. And it's because I think there's 2,400 yards of yarn on here. And then it took me a month to make. So the $100 is just to make up the most of the yarn cost on here. We'll see though. What do you guys think? If that's astronomical, please let me know down below. I don't know. I'm not super good at pricing bigger pieces like my toys and stuff like that. It's fine, but when it gets to this, like, you know, it's got a massive amount of hours worked into it, and if I put in like hours too, then we're looking at like, you know, $900 dress. I don't know if anyone would ever pay that. So I was thinking 100, but please let me know down below what you guys think. If maybe that's too much. I don't know. What do you think? Thank you guys so much. I will probably do this longer one once a month. I think is kind of working for me. And then I will post the shorts with updates on what I'm doing throughout the month. If that works for you guys, it's kind of working a little bit for me. So we're going to go that way. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.